Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to create this look from start to finish. Pretty simple, so if you want to learn how I created this look, please keep on watching. So the first thing that I did, of course, was apply my primer. So I'm using here the Professional Primer from Benefit, and I like to apply this primer right on the T-zone. I love the way it smells and how it leaves the skin like feeling so smooth, ready to apply foundation. Then I am going to grab my favorite foundation of all time, which is the Too Faced Born This Way. I use the shade Light Beige, and I'm going to apply this with the Beauty Blender. As you guys can see, you're gonna start seeing how this skin is just looks so flawless because the foundation is like lightweight, but at the same time, and it gives you like that glow, but at the same time is buildable. So I'm actually gonna show you how I build it up. So I start pretty small, and then I start building the foundation. So I apply, that was like 2 pumps, and then I spread it all over my face, and then I am just going to go ahead apply just a little bit more, just to give me just like a little bit more coverage. And the next thing that I'm going to do after you blend out the foundation, what I'm going to do is I apply my LA Pro Concealer, and it's the shade, it's just like the orange shade. That's the only orange shade I believe they have. If it's not, then it's just like the more orangey one. And I just apply a tiny bit, and as you guys can see, a tiny bit goes a long way. And I just like to apply it right on the dark areas of underneath my eyes, because this is gonna cancel out that darkness and that purple tone and like that greenish tone, and it's just blue and all these different colors. So it's just gonna cancel out. And then I'm gonna use my Age Rewind concealer from Maybelline, which is one of my absolute favorite drugstore concealer of all time. I swear, it's just so amazing, and I'm just running out, and I'm so sad. I have to go back, rebuy it again, and it's so cheap and so affordable. So if you want to know, if you want to try it out, go ahead and look them up and see, because it's like so affordable. Okay, so then I'm just blending it out with the Beauty Blender, and I'm just going to apply these, I'm just going to blend it out right underneath my eyes. I didn't apply these anywhere else. And then I'm going to set it with my mini Beauty Blender, and I'm going to use the Shiseido translucent powder. And I love to use this powder. So this is going to basically just set everything and avoid it from creasing and just make it last longer. I only use this powder underneath my eyes just because I'm going to do my eyes after. So I'm going to leave that powder sink into, the skin, and just let it bake and cook. And then I am going to apply these two powders from Modus Cosmetics. I do not know the shade on top of my head because it's in that little pad, and it doesn't, like, in that little palette, and it doesn't say exactly the shade that it is. So I'll list down down below, all in the description down below, the products that I use and the shades. And then with a kabuki brush, I'm just applying this right on the other sides of my face when I don't have that loose powder. And I like to do this because this powder actually has color in it. So I just like to do that like all around my face except for underneath my eyes. I like to use a colorless powder. And then I'm going to use the Lauramercier now translucent powder. As you guys can see, it has a little bit more color. And I'm just going to apply this right underneath my cheekbones. This is just going to give me like a guidance to where to put the bronzer. So, some people do this step last, but I'm just giving you a tip if you don't know exactly where to put that bronzer. So you want to do is just grab a little bit of loose powder. I use the Lauramercier, like I said before, because I'm running out of the Shiseido powder. But yeah, so I use that powder there to guide me. So from the bottom of the ear down the mouth, and then you just want to make sure that you put that bronzer above that line like I'm doing, and then just blend it upward and create like a C shape. So that way you look bronze all around, and it doesn't look like just like a bronze line on your skin, but it actually looks faded out, and it will look more natural and more like a bronzed look, and not just a line of bronze on the sides. And then I'm just going to get rid of all that loose powder with my kabuki brush. And voila, the skin is done. And then I'm going to start doing my eyes. So the first thing that I did was, of course, apply my eye base. And I always use Too Faced because it's actually one of my favorites at the moment. I've been using this eye base for the longest since I purchased the Stardust palette by Vegas Nay. I still have the sample that they give you on the palette, and I've been loving it. And then I am going to grab the Element Color Box by Motives Cosmetics, and I'm gonna use the shade Native, and this is a matte shade. Also, don't forget to use my referral code Camila Bravo, starting with a K. That will give you free shipping on your order in the Motives website. I am just going to apply this right on the crease with my 224 brush by MAC, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. And this tutorial was actually meant so for those people that like to see how I do both eyes and just the whole skin situation, even though I try to keep it simple for you guys. So you see that I'm trying to use not too many products. And yeah, so just make sure you put this on your crease and you blend it upward to the brow. I did give this tip in my previous video. Just pull that shadow up to the brow, so you give the illusion of elongated eyes, and it's just so beautiful and blended. And yeah, so then I'm using now that lighter shade that you saw. This is also a matte shade. This is a look that I wanted to be all matte because I wanted the skin to be more glowy and more like luminous. So that's why I kept the eyes more on the matte side, especially because not everyone likes shimmer shades. So I figure I'll show you how to create these matte, pretty simple look. So then I'm just applying that shade right on my lid, and then I'm going to blend out the edges with my 224 brush. And I am just using 2 brushes for this look because I wanted to keep it more on the simpler side. And then I'm using the same shade that I use for my crease. I'm using it right below my eyes, right on my lower lash line to just create more of a, just give it more of a warmth on my eyes, and also make my eye color pop. And you always want to do that. You always want to put the eyeshadow, whatever eyeshadow put in your crease, put it right on your lower lash line, and that's gonna actually complete your look and make it more nice and kind of like a smoky, whether it's natural or smoked out. It's gonna give you that kind of like a smoky effect. So then after I finished that, what I did is I applied more of that shadow right on my crease with a E45 brush by Sigma, which is gonna accentuate that crease just a tiny bit more. And then I'm using the black eyeshadow from the palette, and I am going to do like a nice, very tight eyeliner to my lash line, because I am gonna put lashes, so I like my lashes to blend with my natural lashes. So you want the glue to stick to something, and you don't want the glue to show, even though sometimes the glue does show. So I recommend to use black. However, for this look, I used some kind of clear glue, and it still showed through just a little bit. So of course I won't be using it again, but I didn't want to use black glue for this look because it's gonna show. Even though I'm using black powder, it will show. And now I'm using the Marilyn eyelashes by Hudabeauty, and I absolutely love these lashes because they give you like that dulled kind of like look, and I absolutely love it. And then I'm taking off all that loose powder now from my skin with this fan brush. This fan brush is actually from Crownbrush, if you were wondering. They don't sell it anymore. Actually, I'm sorry, they don't sell it anymore as far as like the handle, because I bought it so long ago, like 2-3 years ago. And yeah, so I figure, they have the same brush but just different handle. And then I'm using here the telescopic mascara from L'Oreal Paris to just glam up my bottom lashes. And then I'm using this brow gel, and I'm just from Benefit, which is one of my absolutely favorite because the brush is so small, and it's just like brush up the eyebrows and keep them in place all day long. And they do have 2 different shades. So this is the darker shade, and I believe they have like a blonde shade, and they're amazing. I love them. And then let's go to the lips. So I'm using Serenity by Gerard Cosmetics. This is a matte lipstick, and I absolutely love their lipsticks. They last all day long. They have a pretty good range of colors, and I just love their lipsticks so much. I believe this was the shade that they collaborate with. Manny, I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, but hey, this shade is so pretty. And then I'm using here the Gerard Cosmetics highlighter, and it's called Grace, with this brush from Modus, which is like the big, it's called the big blending, the fat blending brush, or like the big blending brush. And I absolutely love this brush to apply my highlight. And look at these, like how beautiful that is. Like, oh, so this is what I was talking about. So I wanted to leave the eyes matte and make my skin glow. So there we go. I'm making my skin glow. Then I'm putting a little bit down my nose and a little bit on my cupid's bow to finish up the look. And of course, I'm putting a little bit on the corners of my eyes to just open them up. And then I'm here using the Spray Tintier Younger from Modest Cosmetics. And voila, here's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!